This is your guy EF with the 50-second sports take. We're talking Georgia and Clemson. I know everybody's been waiting all summer for this, all spring for this. No more waiting. It's here. Time to get to it. Georgia and Clemson. So what do we know? We know that both defenses are supposed to be really, really good. I'm talking top 5 defenses. Georgia, Clemson. Defense. What else do we know? We know that Cade, the quarterback from Clemson, has struggled a little bit over the last year and a half. But Dabo says that if he plays like he practices, things should be fine for Cade. But Cade's going to need a little help. He's going to need a little help from his running game and Moffitt. It's his time to shine. He's not sharing carries anymore. It's his time to go. And he's going to have to go. He's going to have to face that D-line front seven for UGA. He's going to have to be physical. He's going to have to run through a couple guys. He's going to have to let them know that Clemson is physical. You got to garner Georgia's respect. Somebody's got to hit Georgia in the mouth. You got to make them stand up. It's got to be Moffitt. It's got to be. He's capable. He's able. I'm not saying he has to run for 150 yards, but I'm saying he has to make his presence known. Because if he can do that, that'll take the stress and strain off Cade, and maybe he can sling the ball around a little bit. But they've got to establish some physicality just to keep Georgia even. You can't have those dogs coming forward and pressuring you all game. Moffitt has to set the tone in some form or fashion, running the ball, running somebody over, just being physical in general. But at the end of the day, if I have to pick, am I going to go with Cade or am I going to go with whom they say is the number 1 pick in the draft, the number 1 quarterback on the board, Carson Beck? And I'll be honest, Carson's good. He is good, but I don't know if he's the number 1 player on the board. But I guess we're going to find out. That's what we're going to find out, because if I'm picking Cade or Carson to go up against these very, very good defenses, if Carson is the number 1 quarterback on the board, I'm going with Carson. But Carson's going to have to show us. The number 1 draft pick on the board is Carson Beck. He's going to have to show us. But if you ask me to pick, I'm taking UGA slightly because of Carson. If he's the number 1 pick, if he's the number 1 player, it's showtime. It's time to see it. UGA, Clemson, taking Georgia slightly because they have the number 1 player on the board. Show me.